When the TV broadcast goes to commercial, the in-game hosts take over the court to keep the crowd busy while the game is on pause. Former ASU Cronkite students Troy Lynch and Scotty Gange have both taken the role of being the in-game host for both men's and women's basketball games at Desert Financial Arena.
My favorite part is seeing, these little kids, they're super nervous at first. I'm hyping them up, and then they do it, and then they're just so excited to be a part of it, and then you give them a prize, and it's just they're gonna remember that forever, and you got to give them that. Being able to interact with the fans and making the fan experience even better than it is just going to a football game.
I think my favorite part of all of it was every year the women's basketball team, they have a Sparky's Kids to College Day where it's elementary school students from across the valley come on a Friday, and the game's at 11 in the morning. And in that game, it's different than all the others because a lot of the basketball games, it's the same kind of games we play with the same sponsors, but that game we go all out.
Kind of posing a question to both of you from your past time in-game hosting. Would you guys ever want to pursue it again in the future? I mean, I know, Troy, you've done some with Air Force football.
100%. I love in-game hosting. I love my job, but I don't think there's a more fun job in broadcasting than in-game hosting. The environment, the fans, and just hyping people up and giving people just making their fan experience that much better, and making a kid's day that's something that they'll last forever. I would 100% do it again.
Yeah, I'm with Troy. I mean, it was so fun. People always ask me, what was your favorite part of school, of journalism, all that? I'm like, without a doubt, it was hosting those games. Football, basketball, baseball, all of them was all fun. And also, and I think Troy can agree, it just helps you so much, with not only broadcasting, but just with talking to people and being a personable person, because it's if you can be talking to a full arena of people and not totally mess up. We both messed up a number of times, at least I did. I don't know about Troy, but not totally mess up, then you'll be okay with just talking to people individually too. So that part was huge. But yeah, I agree with Troy. If an opportunity comes where I get to do that again, I would 1,000% do it.
So Troy, not sure if you knew if Scotty was going to be the next host or not, or if he was even being considered, but was there ever kind of a passing of the torch kind of thing between you and him?
I remember him coming up to me now, just kind of asking for some advice and stuff like that. But I knew Scotty was going to be, he was going to be fine all along. And as soon as I left and I knew it's okay, who's going to fill it? The answer was obvious. It was you, Scotty, the entire time. And I went up to my boss and I'm like, it should be nobody else but Scotty Gange.
I watched Troy do it. I was really, I wouldn't say I was really confident, but I just really wanted to do it. And so I was with my grandma and grandpa freshman year, and I pointed out, I'm like, look at that. I hope I get to do that. I'm actually going to do it for smaller sports. And I actually remember she looked at me, she goes, what, a cheerleader? I'm like, no, not a cheerleader. It's way cooler than that.
What?
But even
you get to do your hits right next to the cheerleaders though.
But I just remember I was just so excited to do it. And then also because Troy did it, and he was I always thought he was so cool. I'm like, that's so cool that he does that. And I can do it maybe. And I did, and once I got it, I was like, oh, Troy isn't cool at all. Wow.
Do you think there should be in-game hosts for players that want to see some kind of normalcy?
I mean, if the players want it, then I don't see why not. But at the same time, if there are no fans, there's really no point for an in-game host, because all your job is to basically hype up the fans, interact with the fans, do games with the fans. And so if there are no fans, I'm not even sure, if you were to do the games, what you would really do, because then you'd be doing a T-shirt toss to nobody, to cardboard cutouts, which is just okay.
I don't know if there should be, just because I had the position and I thought it was so much fun. I hope somebody else can have it. It obviously won't be the same. It won't be going out to center court with a T-shirt and saying, get up, stay on your feet, wave your arms, want to go crazy, get a free T-shirt, the place goes bananas. But I think it'd be cool to still have a in-game host, and even if it's a small crowd, kind of do little updates and stuff like that, because it would still make it seem like a game day atmosphere. And I know all these different stadiums and all sports are filtering in fan noise, and so if you can get somebody on the big screen, just one extra person.
Reporting for Pac-12 Plus, I'm Caleb Bushy.